For a century, guys, America auto innovation owned the world. Between Ford, GM, Chrysler, these were names that were synonymous with power, freedom, and honestly just pure industrial might. But in the race for EV, America is about to get lapped. And yes, that does include Tesla too, guys. And Washington's big idea isn't to run faster. No, it's to trip the other runners. Guys, this is a story of how America is choosing to lose. This is the BYD Seagull. In China, you can buy one of these for under $10,000. Guys, this is a modern car. It's a well-built electric car with decent range. I mean, nobody's gonna complain. It has that big rotating touchscreen and a design that feels anything but cheap. Uh, Cheap is not by any stretch of the imagination what you think about when you look at the Seagull. It is, by all accounts, a fantastic city car. Now, this is the price of an average EV in the United States, hovering right around $57,000. The Seagull is not sold in the United States, and not because Americans don't want it or wouldn't have it. No, it's because it represents an existential threat to the entire American automotive industry. Even in Mexico, guys, where it's recently launched as the I think it's the Dolphin Mini, it starts at under $20,000, and that's still thousands less than the cheapest EV you can get in the US. And BYD, the company that makes it, has already blown past Tesla as the world's top-selling plug-in vehicle. Guys, this isn't some far threat. It's happening right now. In the first half of 2025, China's market for new EVs hit a penetration rate of over 44%, and in some cases, it's hit 50%. That's a critical threshold. Europe is being flooded with affordable, high-quality EVs. I want to put stress on the high quality, guys. Yeah, high-quality EVs. And legacy automakers are watching their market shares get crushed. In July of 2025, BYD captured 1.2% market share of Europe, for Europe at least, while Tesla's market share fell to 0.08. A stunning reversal by BYD to outsell Tesla, and it did it for months in some cases, and months in a row. And the story is the same across the globe. Brazil, for Southeast Asia, Chinese brands aren't just competing; they're just flat out winning. They win in the game, and they're doing this with a mix of price, technology, and honestly, speeds that Western car manufacturers just cannot match. So, how did we get here, guys? How did the country that put the world on wheels fall so far behind? I mean, honestly, guys, it's a tale of a different game plan. For decades, or over a decade, honestly, Chinese government decided it was going to dominate the future of transportation. They poured well over $100 billion into new energy vehicles, right? But they didn't just write checks just so car manufacturers can increase sales. They played the long game. They took control of the entire supply chain. Today, China controls 80% of all raw material refining for batteries, and it produces over 75% of all lithium ion and the cathodes and the anodes. This vertical integration, guys, gave Chinese companies a massive cost advantage that Western car manufacturers they can't match it. Let's just be honest. While China has been building this empire, what was America doing? Well, they were cashing in. I mean, they put in their work in the front end and they were cashing in. So for years, for giants like Ford, GM, they were happy to rake in record highs in profit for selling gas guzzling trucks and SUVs. I mean, for years, Ford F-150 was the best-selling vehicle, at least in America, but around the world too. The pivot to EV was slow and half-hearted, to be fair. I mean, they saw electric cars as not as an opportunity, but as a threat to their profitable old school way of it's their old school business model. They were playing defense while Chinese was literally in a full court press, guys. The result, a massive gap in innovation. Chinese automakers can now develop new car models start from scratch in like 18 to 24 months. You'll see a concept, 24 months later, you have the car. The same is not so for car manufacturers out west. It still takes them 3 to 4 years, which is an improvement for them, but it's slow when you compare it to the Chinese. And by the time Detroit woke up and started smelling the lithium, guys, it was already years behind. Tesla, the once untouchable leader, is in a multi-quarter slump right now. It's not it's getting old. I mean, they do have the Cybertruck, but everything else seems to be getting old and it's facing an onslaught of cheaper opponents, cheaper competition. In the first half of 2025, BYD developed or delivered nearly 1.9 million new vehicles when it comes to plug-in vehicles, while Tesla, their deliveries fell to a whopping 700,000, guys. I think it's like a little bit over that, like 719. The wake-up call has arrived, guys, but it might be too late.
We're going to build the wall. We have no choice. We have no choice. Build that wall. 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 So, we're going to build it.
So, faced with this overwhelming competition, you'd probably think America would respond with a moonshot, guys. An effort to be innovative, build, and compete. You'll be wrong. Instead, Washington's answer was to build a wall. In a dramatic move, guys, the Biden administration finalized a plan raising tariffs on Chinese EVs to a staggering 100%. And the new tariffs also hit other key Chinese industries, including the 25% on EV batteries and 50% on semiconductors. Guys, the message couldn't be any clearer. We can't compete with you, so we are going to ban you. And honestly, following US lead, Canada did the exact same thing. So our neighbors have the same 100% tariff. However, I do believe they're looking into conducting an informal review on that policy. We could see that overturn, at least over in Canada. I wish the same for America, but we'll see. The official line is that it protects American jobs from China's unfair subsidies, guys. And to be fair, those subsidies are real and massive. I'm not gonna act like I don't see what's happening. But to me, this kind of protectionism is a double-edged sword. Analysts usually agree that these tariffs wouldn't have done much to intimidate or impact anything in the US market anyways, simply because the few Chinese EVs, no Chinese EVs are sold here anyways. And so all they ended up doing, or all it would end up doing, is insulating bigger companies like Ford, GM, uh, if Chrysler want to play them too, and other domestic players from the very competition that would have pushed them into making cars more competitive, cheaper for the customers, and more innovative. High quality cars for less, guys, we would have ate that up. So I mean, it's a policy of managed decline, and it prioritizes short-term profit of legacy companies over long-term health for you, me, and the customer, guys, and the industry itself. Honestly, by shielding automakers, Western automakers, from the pressure to build truly affordable mass market EVs, they risk turning the U.S. auto market into a high price protected island, totally detached from the world. If you are enjoying this analysis, guys, and you find it valuable, please like and subscribe to the channel. We're going way beyond the headline to explore the real forces that make the world, that shapes our world, guys. And your support is really what makes this possible. Thank you. Guys, this strategy isn't just a flawed response. It's an admission of defeat and failure that comes with devastating consequences. First, American consumers, me and you, we gonna pay the price. The dream of affordable EVs for the masses, a car that can help families save gas and maintenance, will remain just that, just a dream. And while the rest of the world get access to cars like the BYD Seagull, Americans will be stuck in a market of expensive EVs that are way out of reach for the average household. And the very tool that could speed up the green transition and fight inflation at the kitchen table is being blocked at the border. Second, it puts Americans' own climate goals in jeopardy. How you gonna claim, this is what I don't get, how you gonna claim to be serious about moving away from fossil fuels while at the same time making the most affordable green technology impossibly expensive? It's a massive contradiction of what you say versus what you do, and it puts protectionist policies ahead of the environmental reality. And finally, and maybe most importantly, guys, this is how you just lose the future altogether. The American automotive industry is risking a global loss, like just loss of relevancy. There's a famous clip from 2011 where Elon Musk literally laughed at the idea of BYD being competition.
Though there's competitors now ramping up, and as you're familiar with BYD, which is also on the West Coast, I think they're ramping up production of their electric vehicles. Warren Buffett owns 10% stake in that. Why do you laugh? BYD is trying to compete. Why do you laugh?
Have you seen their car?
I have seen their cars, yes. In fact, at the Berkshire Hathaway meeting, I saw their cars.
Yeah.
Well, they are on a different, tell me why you're laughing. You don't see them at all as a competitor?
No.
Why is that? I mean, they offer a lower price point.
I don't think they have a great product.
Why is that?
I don't think it's particularly attractive. The technology is not very strong. And BYD as a company has pretty severe problems in their home turf in China.
Right.
Fast forward to today, it didn't age very well. And BYD has not only surpassed Tesla in plug-in hybrids, they just passed them, beating them in pure EV sales altogether. At least in major markets like Europe. That moment is like a perfect metaphor to me for the arrogance that has plagued the Western response. By refusing to compete, US isn't just giving up on EV market, guys. It's risking the entire industrial base. An automotive industry that just refused to compete is one that's just destined to become a museum. The tariff wall might offer a temporary shield, and it might protect some profit and delay the inevitable for another few years. Who knows? But it's not a strategy for victory, and that's where the problem lies, guys. It's a strategy for surrender. Building a wall around an uncompetitive industry just doesn't make it stronger. It makes it fragile, and it just breeds complacency. It kills innovation and ultimately leaves the country weaker, not stronger, guys. The real path forward isn't to block the competition, but instead becoming the competition, right? I mean, it would take some radical changes and honestly a nationwide effort. We all have to get committed as a nation to rebuilding our supply chain, to, to increase mining for lithium and manufacturing advanced batteries. Sure, it means creating a domestic market that rewards innovation and rewards affordability, not just incumbency. I mean, it means facing China head to head and like accepting the fact that China is doing what Americans have always done: run faster when being challenged. Not just run faster, but building smarter and winning the race altogether. Damn, Chinese is just winning the race, guys. So the question for America is no longer whether it can compete, is whether it have the will to compete. So, what do you think of this protectionism strategy, guys? Do you think it's a necessary evil, or do you think it's a fatal mistake? Let me know in the comment section below what your thoughts are. And if you want more deep dives like this, guys, please leave a like and subscribe. Thank you.